Christmas, a time of joy, filled with spending time with loved ones, making memories, sharing laughs, and giving gifts. Truly the greatest time of the year. But what happens when gift giving goes horribly wrong? When one innocent gift causes more harm than good? That's what we are here to talk about, when Christmas becomes a haunting nightmare. This is the 12 Days of Spookmas. Rocking around the Christmas tree and I don't know the words. Da-da! Everyone's dancing merrily to some boy. Welcome back to the third day of the 12 Days of Spookmas.
LR.
I love how we're gonna be wearing the exact same thing.
We wear these clothes every day.
Yeah, we've never changed our clothes before.
We are not filming these all on the same day.
No.
We would never.
No.
That would be deceitful.
Yeah, we're not that kind of people.
Hey, I could have changed my outfit like 12 times by now. We got plenty of stuff in the car. I'm moving in. I brought all my stuff. I even got a strainer. And mixing bowls.
What are you gonna mix in them?
I don't know.
Kidneys?
Kidneys? What have you been doing while I was not here?
Well, I started... Okay, let me...
Anyway, let's move on.
No, we're gonna talk about this. The last video we talked about my seasonal depression. I have a seasonal depression game.
Where she harvests kidneys? Is that where we're going with this?
And it's The Sims 4. She plays The Sims 2. Except I have mods. I have an extreme violence mod. And oh my
She's
God.
unstable.
I am. I take all of my anger out. All of my anger towards the world out in The Sims, let me tell you. I end up murdering 3 people.
I use cheats, but not mods.
And I burned someone up with a flamethrower. I stabbed someone with a candy cane, and then I chainsawed someone's guts out. I just find like random people on the street and I murder them, and I didn't realize that after you murder 3 people, you give your sim the serial killer tendency. Like they get the personality of a serial killer, and now my sim is acting all weird, and so you can make them like kill themselves. So I kind of just want to make her kill herself and then like start over.
She also slept with the Grim Reaper.
Oh yeah, okay, and when you kill someone in The Sims, when you have the mod, they turn into, like, you get like the Grim Reaper shows up, gets his iPad out, like does his little typey thing, and then it turns into an urn. You can pick up the urn, and I put it in my inventory, and I made a cemetery in my backyard. My eyes twitching. And so I have like 3 people just buried in this little cemetery in my backyard, and I like to go visit it. Well, at night, the ghosts of those people come out, and they haunt my house, and like they eat all my food. Every time I also have the Wicked Whims mod, and I make them do like very inappropriate things to each other. You can make the ghosts do inappropriate things to each other too. But my sim has now fallen in love with the Grim Reaper, so I'm gonna ask him to move in, and I'm going to see if we can have kids together. This is what I do after the sun goes down and I'm depressed.
And I play Sims like a normal person, where you get married and have babies and build a big house and have a lot of money, not murdering people.
And now the ghosts just wander around in the house at night, and I'm like, and they get in fights with me, and they made my bathtub levitate, and I was like, what are y'all doing this for? But then if you like go up and like you apologize for murdering them, then they're like fine with you, but they'll still just like hang out in your house and watch TV and eat your food. And then one time, okay, so my sim had a boyfriend, and she got mad at this boyfriend and just beat the fuck out of him. And then he was in my bathroom crying, and so one of the ghosts went and comforted him and like gave him a pep talk. Like he was just sitting there sobbing his eyes out to the ghost. Anyway, that was a random topic, but the Christmas related the Christmas question that I have today is, what traditions do you do with your family for Christmas? And I want to talk about this little it's a turkey.
Turkey.
I call him Gobbles because he can't really stand upright. And Gobbles, you know, Gobbles. We got Timmy, we got Jimmy, and we got Gobbles. Oh, his foot is crooked. That's why he can't stand upright. Dumbass. But it came from my grandma's house before my grandma moved into a nursing home. And I got all of her like Christmas decorations because I'm the youngest grandchild. But this turkey was part of it. And so now, between like November and January, my mom does this thing. She calls it the traveling turkey. And she will put it in a random freaking spot, and whoever finds it has to take it and hide it in another spot. And she literally hid it in one, like next to one of my Ouija boards, and it took me like 2 days to notice. And I was like, when did you put that there? So now I gotta go hide it somewhere. And it's just like funny.
We do the elf on the shelf.
Didn't one of them have like a mental breakdown last year over it, or was that you that had a mental breakdown?
It was probably me.
Didn't you hang your elf from the ceiling?
Well, okay, so in the ceiling in our dining room, there's like a hook on one end and a hook on the other, and like, I don't know, my mom had like hanging plants and like the basket things or something. So I tied a string from this hook on this side of the room to this hook, and then I had the elf like zip lining.
It kind of looked like he was trying to commit suicide.
It's okay. I mean, the elf did it by itself because obviously it's a real elf from the South Pole. The North Pole? The South Pole.
All the way from Antarctica here to serve you for Christmas.
To Christmas. We do, when I was a kid, we always opened one present on Christmas Eve. So we still do that. I do that with my kids. I don't know. I always wanted to do the, like, some people make like a Christmas Eve box where they get pajamas, like some sort of hot chocolate, a snack, and like a book or a movie or something. But we never have enough money left over after buying 8 billion Christmas presents to make a Christmas Eve box. So I've never done it. I have 3 children. It's a lot of things, okay?
Our topic that we are discussing today is sauna suits. Have you ever heard of a sauna suit? I haven't, up until when Carly just explained it to me. Apparently that's not a gift you would want to receive on Christmas.
I thought it was talking about, they have like these little like personal sauna things where it's literally like a little tent that you like sit in and just your head is popped out. I've seen those and I thought that's what it was talking about, but then I googled it and that's not what it was talking about.
I still think they're weird.
All of it's weird.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
You don't need that. I just don't understand how that can be comfy. Like, that would be a sensory
and then like
trap.
Taking it off, all of the sweat would like drip down you, and then how do you wash it? Do you just throw it in the washing machine? Are you gonna puke?
You know what I just thought of?
What?
Have you seen Jackass 3D? When they put fucking
Yes.
Presley in the...
Are you gonna make it?
Yeah, that's disgusting. Was that what that was?
Yeah, I guess.
Because he was like...
Did you say Presley?
Yeah, was that his name?
Isn't it Preston?
Preston? I don't know.
Who the fuck is Presley?
Yeah, Preston and Wee Man. Didn't he die?
I don't think so. Oh, are you talking about
Ryan Dunn.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan.
He's 50!
Jackass star Bam Margera says he was pronounced dead after contracting pneumonia and COVID-19 and suffering 5 seizures.
He is off the fucking deep end is what he
Did
is.
you see that he got sober now?
Did you see that literally like 6 months ago there was a manhunt for him because he was like hiding in the woods doing crack or something?
Was he really?
Look it up. He was like hiding out in the woods with a gun or something.
So, for people who don't know, me and Carly used to be like big fans of it. Like, she used to call me Bam, and I used to call her Steve-O. We were fucking weird.
The Pennsylvania State Police have issued an arrest warrant for the former Jackass star Brandon. His name is Brandon?
His name's Brandon?
Bam Margera. According to the news release on Monday, Pennsylvania, law enforcement say that the former skateboarder pro was involved in a physical confrontation on Sunday morning. At 11 a.m. on Sunday, officials in the Chester County Borough of Avondale responded to a reported disturbance. Police say in the record obtained by the Times on Monday that the Jackass personality had threatened several people, including his brother Jesse, whom he allegedly hit in the head, and his father Philip Jr. Police said Jesse sustained minor injuries. Margera faces charges of simple assault, harassment, and terroristic threats. Monday's Pennsylvania State Police release, I can't read, said that Bam Margera fled into the wooded area before officials arrived on the scene. Police were searching for Margera and encouraged anyone with information on his whereabouts to contact the authorities.
The only thing that I was thinking about that whole time is the bananas on Viva La Bam.
Even the bananas!
Are you entertained? But anyway, I hope you like what you're about to hear about sweatsuits. Saunas.
About matching sweatsuits with juicy on the ass.
I like
big butts and again you other brothers can't deny. I like.
I was trying to say, I hope you enjoy.
I like you, hope you enjoy, you hope. Oh my god, I'm uncomfortable.
Sauna pants and suits. With the holidays right around the corner, there is probably going to be lots of work parties and gatherings with friends and family to attend in your future. And no social gatherings are complete without food. Lots of food. And if you're like me, the temptation to eat as much as possible is pretty much irresistible. So it's inevitable that you'll soon be lying on the couch after the party with your pants undone moaning, "Why didn't anyone stop me?" Multiply that by a few parties, and by the time the new year is upon us, you're probably going to be packing a few extra pounds. So begrudgingly, now it's time for a diet. But we're not the first generation to have this issue. People have been concerned about their diet and weight since Greek and Roman times. In fact, the word diet comes from the Greek word dietia. Back in these ancient times, people were dieting because they were genuinely concerned about their all-around health and wellness, but by the time the Victorian period came, there was a shift in mentality. The need to get rid of the spare tires around the middle was more for aesthetic reasons. This was the start of a period known as fad dieting, which peaked in popularity after World War I. During this time, all sorts of methods were created that allowed people to supposedly shed the pounds without leaving the comfort of home. Stationary bikes, rowing machines, and a machine called a Vibra Slim, which massaged the fat away while the user simply stood there. If those weren't your thing, then there was a variety of stretching exercises one could do. You could argue this was the precursor to yoga. Yawning was deemed another effective exercise by Dr. Emil Bunzi, who said that yawning brings all the respiratory muscles of the chest and throat into action, and is therefore the best and most natural means of strengthening them. He recommended 6 to 8 yawns, followed by the operation of swallowing. In the 1800s, Charles Goodyear figured out how to improve rubber with a process called vulcanization. When the Industrial Revolution arrived, rubber became the material of choice for many things, including rubber knickers and corsets. It's not clear how or when it started, but the rationale behind this was that rubber held in fat, but more importantly caused sweating, which would hopefully lead to weight loss. What it caused instead, however, was a lot of pain and discomfort. The friction of rubber on skin, along with the constant moisture, would soften the skin and make it more prone to infection. World War I would bring an end to rubber underwear, But little did these people know that they had started a mentality that would carry on into the 1970s and 1980s. This finally brings us to the next item on our list, and I don't blame you if you laugh at the pictures. I know I did. The 1970s came with copious amounts of spandex, leg warmers, and heavily dance-themed aerobics exercises. Sweatin' to the Oldies, hosted by Richard Simmons, was an extremely popular series of workout videos, along with ones hosted by Jane Fonda. In the music industry, Physical by Olivia Newton-John was making it big. And what better way to listen to Olivia Newton-John than by lounging around in your new sauna suit? Early sauna suits were made of rubber, but by the 70s and 80s, they were commonly made of PVC or coated nylon cloth. Just like the rubber underwear of the early 1900s, the material traps body heat and forces your body to sweat. And as you sweat, you are supposed to be losing weight. When you sweat, you do lose weight, as the water in your body leaves through the pores in your skin, but that's as far as it goes. The fat content in your body is still there, so all you are really doing is sweating profusely. The sauna suit proved particularly popular with wrestlers who have to maintain their weight to stay in their competition class, or lose weight to compete in a different class. This was commonly done by perspiration-induced dehydration along with restricted diet and fluid intake. While this is a quick way to lose weight, it's also highly dangerous because of the risk of hyperthermia. It wasn't long before casualties began to pile up. Over the course of 10 years, 13 wrestlers either died or sustained serious injuries as a result of this controversial practice. Jeff Reese, a University of Michigan wrestler who died of heart malfunction and kidney failure in 1997 in an attempt to rapidly lose 17 pounds in order to compete in a lower weight class. Jamie Weaver, a Spackenhill High School student who contracted pneumonia in 1986 as a result of consistent sauna suit use in practice. Daniel Cormier, captain of the United States Olympic freestyle wrestling team for the 2008 Beijing Olympics, who lost so much weight from sauna suits that he had to drop out of the competition prior due to falling ill. These were just a few of the people on the list. It was clear something had to be done, and luckily over the following years, measures were steadily being put into place. In 1977, the National Federation of State High School Associations banned the use of sauna suits during practice. In 2013, the National Collegiate Athletic Association had also banned sauna suits after a 10-year fight with coaches and sport scientists. This caused a mentality change in the industry, and soon safer minimum weights were put into effect. But more importantly, the sauna suit was replaced with healthier, nutrition-based weight maintenance tactics. Most recently, in 2022, a study by the British Journal of Sports Medicine concluded that wrestlers who practiced perspiration-induced dehydration were more at risk for developing serious injuries during competitions. The wrestling fan base also commented that the safer practices had improved the quality of the game. Sauna suits can still be bought today, but because the science and the practice around them are so heavily frowned, what you would use them for is debatable. Personally, I think a hot tub is a far safer and more practical method.